Hello, Pokemon trainers, and welcome to the King's Court. Okay, so this is actually part 10 in what I like to call the Path to Power series. For the record, if you're new to the channel, first off, thank you so much for clicking on the video. And if you're a returning viewer, hi, how you doing? This is a series I do here in the channel where I try to climb the online Pokemon Scarlet and Violet VGC ladder. I pick a team that I like, whether it's a team I see that I think looks really cool, or some moms that I just want to give a try. And I try, like I said, to do my best in a 3 out of 5 best of. And basically, if I win 3, cool. But if I lose 3, I'll just call it there. That sort of thing. Because I don't want the video to go too long. So basically, though, it's a way for me to, bring the videos here to the channel, but also for me to also view where I made mistakes and how I can improve on my own skills. And basically, I go over it in a commentary style. So, that's pretty much everything. Like I said, this is part 10. Thank you so much. If you stuck with this series, let me know if you want to see, if you have any rental teams you actually want me to try out. I actually want to start doing that again. That's like another series I do where basically I try to also do the same thing, but with people's rental teams. So if you got like a code, go ahead and leave it in the comments. And if you even have like a channel or something or a social media, I'll even link it in the description. And when I do that, when I use that team on a video, so that's pretty much everything. Now, in this is a team that I saw recently that I thought looks really cool. It consists of Dragonite, Garchomp, Incineroar, because you gotta have Incineroar. Alolan Ninetales. Now, this is the one I'm a little iffy on because I don't really use Alolan Ninetales that much. Oh, and also, shoot, where are the other two? Oh yeah, King Gambit. King Gambit is so good. If you haven't seen the most recent one, part 9, I'll leave that in the description. In the video, King Gambit is the MVP, and it's still the MVP. But in these battles, Dragonite is the champ. Dragonite is here to take back its throne as the top dragon. This right now, Dragonite is so good right now. E-speed, terrestrialize to get rid of it. I'm running terrestrialize flying because unfortunately there aren't a lot of good flying moves you can give Dragonite. I mean, yeah, you can give it a fly, but that's the issue with moves like fly or dig. Your opponent can easily just switch out a mon, so it's kind of like easy to counter. So I'm running Aerial Ace. I'm also running. I'm forgetting my own team. Alolan Ninetales, Garchomp, Dragonite, Incineroar, King Gambit, and Among Us. Yeah, Among Us. I'm running the Shroom still. So this is the team I'm using right here. Incineroar plus Dragonite was actually a pretty good setup. Thanks to Incineroar's Intimidate to lower opponent's Pokemon's attack. And Dragonite's already pretty bulky. So right now I'm just trying to think, who do I switch out into? Because Blaziken's good, but luckily it's pretty frail. I mean, it'd be too good if it was like super bulky too. So I'm gonna switch out my Dragonite because I'm gonna need that E speed later. Because that's the really cool thing. You can use Incineroar to lower your opponent's physical Pokemon, and Parting Shot will also lower the special attack stat. And Incineroar is already super bulky. Mine's running the safety goggles to avoid Spore, because that did come up. Although I kind of want to do Assault Vested. And I'm running the Among Us with the Citrus Berry. Now, normally I was using Among Us with the Rocky Helmet, but there have been times where my opponent manages to almost one-shot Among Us, and I still needed to be in the game, so I decided to give it Citrus Berry instead. Obviously, it's still Regenerator, but there are times where I don't want to switch it out yet, so Citrus Berry has actually come up. And you just do that, and you can easily just have your Sucker Punch King Gambit or your Dragonite with E-Speed just come in and finish them off, like I'm going to do here, actually. And like I said, right now, Dragonite is so good. I'm really liking this one. And that takes care of the Blaziken. Now it's just a Dragonite mirror match right now. But I'm going to use Among Us's Rage Powder that because I was thinking either it's going to Outrage or Dragon Claw. Yep, Outrage. It's gonna knock out my Among Us, but I'm pretty sure this would have knocked out my Dragonite, so that's why I decided to use that. And I'm using Lumberry Dragonite because there are tons of times my opponent tries to Also, Spore or even Thunder Wave, which I think comes up later on my Dragonite. So the Lum Berry will actually remove the status condition, and that does come in clutch. I'm running Stomping Tantrum, Aerial Ace, E-Speed, and I was either going to go with Dragon Claw, but I decided to go Iron Head just to deal with those pesky fairies. Even though there's not a lot of fairies right now, but I've been noticing more people have been using Alolan Ninetales, so Alolan Ninetales is already quad weak against Steel, so that's basically why. So I'm going to terrestrialize into Flying right here, just to remove the Dragon weakness, because right now if I remove it, it'll just do normal damage, and luckily Steel types still resist Dragon. So again, I'm in a pretty good position right here because I could either have E-Speed finish it off, or either I don't think it's running Protect, so Sucker Punch is always live. And again, this is one of the things that just makes King Gambit so good right now. So I'm in a already. I pretty much got this already down. So and the game was canceled. Hey, we'll take those. So that's game one. So far I got one win. Let's see if I can get two more. Ah man, again, Dragonite is so good right now. All right, let's see. I'm running Inner Focus Adamant Dragonite. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a while since I've done single battles. But when I did used to do those, like with my friends in school, I did use the Dragonite with multi-scale. Obviously, I was borderline tempted to use that one, but right now with Intimidate always being live, I decided to stick with Inner Focus. Although right here, that Intimidate might have been a bad idea. Oh man, I really, really like Annihilate. I've mentioned this in the channel before. I love fighting games, and Street Fighter is one of my favorites. Akuma is my favorite Street Fighter character of all time, and Annihilate is basically Pokemon Akuma. Anyone else think that? Let me know if you think that in the comments too. So, right now I got my Incineroar and King Gambit and Talonflame. Thank goodness Talonflame got nerfed a couple gens back, because, man, I'm having flashbacks to Gen 6 when Talonflame could just Brave Bird constantly. Thank goodness it got that nerf. Gale Wings Talonflame was a monster back in the day. Still can be really good, though, still. So, they're going to switch out and go into the Rillaboom. Ah, man. Right now I'm in a... It's kind of even. I mean... It pretty much still does the same thing. I made a mistake right here. Man, I was so worried about them trying to hit Incineroar with like a ground move or something. I should have expected they were going to go close combat. I really should have terrestrialized, because my Incineroar is terrestrialized Ghost. Terrestrialized Ghost. My King Gambit is Fire. Dragonite's Flying. And I think my Among Us, I think I'm still using Water, I think. Sometimes I forget, actually. Okay, so right now I'm thinking I'm just going to go for the terrestrialization, because fighting, again, that's how you deal with King Gambits. And they got Annihilate that's already juiced up thanks to the Intimidate. So I'm thinking right now, okay, this is actually kind of tough. So I'm really just going to go with the terrestrialize, going to Fire. That way, at least, I don't have to worry about it knocking out King Gambit with this one close combat. And luckily, it did already close combat, so its defenses are low, right now at least, thank goodness. So, I'm just going to go with that and hope for the best. I'm really also thinking to myself during this moment, hopefully the Rillaboom's not packing Stomping Tantrum. So they're going to terrestrialize as well, and it's going to be their Annihilate, and they're going to terrestrialize into Grass. That's actually a pretty good idea right there. Especially since my Incineroar is already gone, so I already got the fire is already gone, so dang, that's kind of tough. But luckily, though, this will make... I mean, it does sadly... Yeah, actually, it does suck that, unfortunately, now King Gambit's dark moves will only do normal damage. It does kind of stink. So going for the fake out right there. Yeah. But I'm going to go for the Rage Powder here. Let's see, because I was really thinking they were going to go for like close combat on my King Gambit. And yeah, I was right. Unfortunately, though, this is where I made a big mistake. I keep forgetting about Spore's issue with a Rillaboom. Dang. So that's my mistake right there. But hey, this is how we get better, right? So it's about kind of even right now. I mean, they got all four of their mons still. I'm missing one, but I don't know. I'm not totally out of it just yet. I think though my King Gambit can help make a difference still. So it's basically okay. They're gonna remove their Annihilate. Makes sense. Now they're gonna go into their okay, yeah, their Talonflame. So unfortunately, Talonflame could knock out my Among Us, but luckily, if you tried like the Flare Blitz or something, well, luckily it's pretty predictable that what Talonflames are usually going to do. They're going to try to go for the offense. So I was thinking, okay, my King Gambit lived, Sucker Punch will always be live. But unfortunately, I lost that one. What can you do, right? So I only got two Pokemon left. One Among Us and Dragonite. This isn't the worst. It's not the best, but it could be worse. So I'm going to go for the Aerial Ace on the Rillaboom. And I'm basically going to go for the Protect. Wait, did I hit Protect? I think I did, yeah. Because unfortunately I can't Spore or anything. I was basically thinking, okay, there's a good chance they're just going to go for like Brave Bird on my Among Us anyways. So I was thinking there's no point to Rage Powder. So I'm just going to go for the Protect right here. And even if they did like use Brave Bird or something on like a Dragonite instead, it shouldn't be able to knock it out. Is what I was thinking to myself. Yeah, Brave Bird. And I called it. Thank goodness. But now they got their Goldingo. So, yeah, that's where I messed up right there. Good thing I used Aerial Ace and not E-Speed. That would have been bad. So, I'm just going to go for the Stomping Tantrum and hopefully hit the Goldingo. And I'm going to use my Among Us and basically just... Right now, Among Us sadly isn't in the best position. Then again, I think one Brave Bird should be able to knock it out. Luckily, though, if they do, yeah, here it comes. One Brave Bird. Yeah, it does. I shouldn't be shocked. It is Stab, and Brave Bird does have a lot of base power, so unfortunately I lost that one. But it did do a ton of recoil damage to their Talonflame. So, okay, they're going to go for the Shadow Ball. Luckily, Dragonite's E-Speed should be able to take care of it. And Stomping Tantrum is almost going to take care of the Goldingo. Almost. Yeah, almost had that one. So, I'm just going to go for the E-Speed. I wasn't really sure, though. Luckily, though, like I said, Gale Wings was nerfed because if this was the old way Gale Wings used to work, where you could just spam Brave Bird and it doesn't matter if its HP was, like, lowered at all, I do not think my Dragonite would have been able to outspeed that. And unfortunately, they got the game. Dang. GG, though. That was actually a really good game. So, 2-1. I mean, 1-1. Dang it. But yeah, so I got one win, one loss. Let's see if I can make the comeback. But like I said, that was a really good game. Alright, let's see. So I think in this game I started off with Incineroar again, I believe. Let's see, so they're going to go okay, they're going for the Dolphin. Yeah, Incineroar, Dragonite. These two together really actually work like pretty well together. Luckily, the Dolphin is physically based. So I'm not going to take any chances right here. I'm going straight for the Terrestrialization. I do not want to lose my Incineroar. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, I could just fake out and have Dragonite right away go for like the Iron Head or something. Essentially what I was thinking. Because I was pretty sure that the Dolphin, Palafin, man, I really am sorry if I'm probably butchering that. I'm pretty sure they're going to go for Aqua Jet. And that's what I was thinking. Okay, I'm just going to fake it out. And I'm just going to have a Dragonite terrestrialize into flying to remove the Dragon weakness. Because that way, any Fairy moves wouldn't be an issue. But this is where I made another... I don't know how many times in any of these videos where I've gone against a Indene female where the psychic, where the terrain is set up where I keep forgetting the priority moves are canceled, basically. So, but luckily though for me, they terrestrialized as well, so now it's 100% fairy. So, yeah, unfortunately, fake out gone because of the psychic terrain. But they followed me, which I'm cool with, because again, that's what I was going for. I don't think they were expecting an Iron Head. I'm pretty sure they were expecting like a Dragon move. So again, this is why I'm glad I went with Iron Head instead of Dragon Claw or something. Because coverage situations like this, it really comes in handy. Plus, if I really need like a Dragon Claw or something, that's why I have Garchomp on the team. So they're gonna switch out, and now I'm in an actually not a bad position. Okay, Armory. All right, my friend, like Chandler Miguel, actually really likes this one, and Gyarados. Dang, I really like Gyarados. I mean, I know the red Gyarados is kind of overdone at this point, but I still love it. And thank goodness I stuck with the inner focus Dragonite. So basically, thinking to myself, what could I go for? Because again, that Gyarados obviously is water. So I was thinking, man, there could be a good chance. I don't want to lose Incineroar because right now they got their Gyarados, which is physically based, and their Palafin also. So I was thinking to myself, okay, that's two physical attackers. I am so sorry. I thought that was muted. They have two physical attackers, so Incineroar right now is too good. I don't want to take the chance to lose that. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, maybe I could just switch out Incineroar, but I was not expecting the Thunder Wave. So yeah, that's why I decided to go Parting Shot on Gyarados, because I'm thinking to myself, okay, this will lower its attack one stage. Incineroar will be safe, and when they put out their Palafin, I can put out Incineroar again. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, Dragonite is good. So I'm thinking, okay, I could go into King Gambit because even though yes, their Gyarados is running T Wave, if they're running any other physical move, Sucker Punch will finish it off. So that's essentially what I was thinking to myself right here. Again, unfortunately, man, I don't have anything for electric coverage. That's the problem with this team, man. So I'm gonna have to hopefully play my cards right and hopefully it works out. So they're gonna switch out and they're gonna go into their Palafin. Yep. I really love this Pokemon. I love the whole superhero aesthetic it has. I really like this Pokemon. So unfortunately, Sucker Punch failed, but Aerial Ace is still going to go through. And maybe it's just me, but I was not expecting a big hit like that. And they're going to go for Waterfall. I guess they were hoping that their Gyarados was like faster, and Waterfall probably could have like caused my Dragonite to flinch. So this is good. This is really good because now E-Speed or Sucker Punch could easily take out Gyarados. And I'm also thinking the same thing with Palafin because other than Protect, I'm pretty sure most Palafin's movesets are usually like hyper offense, like Ice Punch, Aqua Jet, Flip Turn, stuff like that. So if unless it has Protect, I'm pretty sure Sucker Punch is pretty much 100% live on Palafin. And again, this is the exact reason why I didn't want to lose Incineroar yet, because Intimidate will basically take care of both of them. And yeah, I went for the E speed just because I really didn't want to take the chance of them like Aqua Jetting or something. But when they went for Ice Beams, that was kind of weird actually. I thought Palafin were like physically based. So they're gonna go for the taunt. That's cool. I mean, I could have parting shot it, but honestly, I'm thinking to myself, okay, no, I want to get rid of their items just in case. But I'm pretty sure though at this point, Incineroar is just one waterfall away from basically being knocked out. So I gotta be careful with how I use this. Luckily though, Dragonite is in a pretty good position to E-speed away either of their Pokemon. So it's basically just a matter of which one. But here's the thing: I didn't want to take the chance because I was thinking, okay, maybe I'm faster. So I didn't want to take that, but I just went to E-Spin anyways. It's like again, Dragonite is so good right now, thanks to that. And Ice Beam will, though, unfortunately take care of it. Although I had a feeling that was going to happen. You did your job, old friend. And now, like I said, my Incineroar can just easily knock off Palafin. And I wasn't actually expecting the KO. I thought it would have just knocked off its item, which ended up being a Mystic Water. All right, cool. And the Psychic Terrain is gone, so priority moves are back on. So, all right, time to send in King Gambit. And their last Pokemon is their Armorage. So I'm in a good position. Yeah, Chandler, Miguel, and Michael are both big Mega Man fans, and they keep telling me that Armorage and Armarouge both are just Mega Man characters. And the more I look at them, the more I see it. And I got the win there. All right, cool. 2 wins, 1 loss. See if I can keep this going. And we're on to the next game. Gallade and Whimsicott. I think it is so cool that Gallade has been getting a lot more use lately. Alright, cool. But luckily, Intimidate will take care of that. Whimsicott, what do you expect? It's Whimsicott. So, luckily, there's no terrain, so Fake Out is on. So I'm just going to go Fake Out the Whimsicott to break that Focus Sash. Because Whimsicotts are always running Focus Sash, which again makes sense. They usually can't take a hit, and they want to set up that Tailwind. So I want to break that Focus Sash right now. So I'm going to Terrestrialize my Dragonite. Oh, no, not Dragonite. Yeah, Incineroar. Why did I say Dragonite? I'm going to go into Ghost. This way, none of its fighting moves will be able to hit Incineroar. And neither will its psychic moves either, so Incineroar is pretty much impervious to Glade. Unless it's running something like, I don't know, Leaf Blade or something crazy like that. Which is a possibility, you never know. And Aerial Ace, unfortunately, is going to be protected. Makes sense. Gallade, like Gardevoir, are both really, don't have the best defense. So, I wonder if that actually would have been like a one-hit KO, because my Dragonite's attack is fully maxed out, so maybe it could have actually. It is Stab, and Aerial Ace doesn't have the highest base power, but with Dragonite's high base power, and again, the fact it's Stab and Gallade's low defense, that could have been a one-hit KO right there. Possibly. So we're going to switch out into Politoed. Okay, this could be interesting. Because, unfortunately, I did Flare Blitz on the Whimsicott with Incineroar, so unfortunately, not only is the rain going to lower Flare Blitz's, power, but also the fact that Incineroar isn't fire, so it's not stab anymore. But luckily, it still did a lot of damage. Thank goodness for Flare Blitz's high base power and Whimsicott's really low defense. Thank goodness. So, I'm in a okay position right here. I'm just going to E-Speed and take it out. But I'm also thinking I could, because I was worried also, what are the chances they're going to switch their Whimsicott out? At least that's what I was thinking. So, I'm going to switch out Incineroar now, in case I need, not only Flare Blitz, but in case I need Fake Out or something later. And I'll just go into King Gambit because, again, Dragonite will take care of Whimsicott, and the moveset usually that Politoed's run is usually like Water, and maybe like Ice Beam or something. So I was thinking, okay, it shouldn't be able to knock out, none of his moves should be able to really hurt King Gambit that much. But they went for the Ice Beam, and, oh man. Thank goodness. Again, I maxed out pretty much Dragonite. I really went for off attack and bulk, basically. So, thank goodness for that. Because usually an Ice Beam on a Dragonite is pretty much, that's all she wrote. So, thank goodness. So, right now, like I said, I'm in an interesting position. The reason I'm going to switch out right now is because now that I know they only have they have Gallade, but the rest of their Pokemon are special offense, Incineroar's Intimidate isn't as useful as before. Until they put their Gallade out there. So, I'm going to save Dragonite because I know that I could basically do chip damage and have like King Gambit and Sucker Punch and E Speed finish off all their Pokemon. So I wanted to save Dragonite for later. So they're going to terrestrialize as well. I believe they're going to terrestrialize, yeah, their Hydreigon to go into pure dark. To remove their quad weakness to Fairy and remove their weakness to for Dragon as well, which is okay because I don't even think I brought Garchomp into this one. So they're going to Flamethrower on King Gambit and Ice Beam on Incineroar. That's just fine. Not going to lie though, I was a little bit worried about the freeze. Because I swear my Pokemon always get either frozen, the burn, or perhaps getting paralyzed whenever they get hit by Flamethrower or Thunderbolt or something. I always have bad luck with those. So this is an interesting position. Because what I'm thinking to myself is the Glade cannot touch Incineroar. Unfortunately though, Hydreigon can. So they're going to protect, which is fine. Because I'm just going to have King Gambit Swords Dance. Because the water is up, so I'm actually going to be... Basically, I'm taking advantage of my opponent's own rain. Because this way, Flamethrower won't be able to do a lot of damage to my King Gambit. Unfortunately, I had to sacrifice Incineroar because I knew they were going to basically go after Incineroar because it is Ghost right now. Dark beats Ghost. But it lets King Gambit set up the Swords Dance. So it's actually kind of worth it because now my King Gambit is super juiced up, and I also have my Garchomp too. So I'm basically thinking to myself, what I'm going to do is I can have Sucker Punch take care of Glade. Because again, even though it's going to be normal damage, the fact it's Stab and my King Gambit's wearing the black sunglasses, so dark moves are going to be juiced up, and Swords Dance already up its attack stage by 2. I was basically thinking to myself, okay, I'm going to protect with Garchomp and have King Gambit Sucker Punch and take out the Glade. And that worked. Because I knew they're going to want to use like a Dragon move on Garchomp, and that's fine. But they actually went for a dark move. I wonder if they weren't like... Or maybe they wanted to save like their Draco Meteor if they're running it. So the rain stopped, which, that's fine. So I'm going to protect on King Gambit. Because basically, I was thinking to myself, okay, Garchomp has pretty decent bulk. So no matter what, if they tried to like hit Garchomp at all... Okay, they canceled. If they tried to have hit Garchomp, it would have survived. And then King Gambit... Even though their Pokemon was dark as well, it should have been enough to take it out. But I got the win anyway. So that's 3 wins, 1 loss. All right, cool. Like I said, this team's really good. But Dragonite, oh my god, is so good right now. I think I want to bring Dragonite in the next video. So if you want to see that, and if you got any recommendations for teams, let me know in the comments. And that's pretty much everything. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. If you made it this far, have a good weekend. Take care. Bye.